What is going on? Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel. Here talking about another Dolphins loss here at the hands of the Carolina Panthers. The Dolphins now falling to 1-4. This was absolutely disgusting, man. What a disgusting game. What a disgusting performance. There's so many things that I want to talk about here. First and foremost, I mean, going up 17-0 against this Carolina Panthers team that is very, very bad, probably amongst the worst in the NFL, along with teams like the Saints, who ended up even freaking beating the New York Giants. So it's just terrible. You're playing a bad team in the Carolina Panthers. You go up 17-0. You're getting these 2 turnovers in your hands, basically, that was gifted by the Carolina Panthers, and you end up losing the game. It is absolutely disgusting, man. There's absolutely no excuse, man. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. It was just terrible. The running game was non-existent. You're trying to get running holes, and what happens? The offensive line absolutely sucked. The offensive line played terrible. Let's just call it for what it is. The defense, again, also terrible against a Carolina Panthers Bryce Young team. Again, this defense couldn't even stop a nosebleed. We're going to talk about the rushing yard, like it's crazy how many yards they had on Carolina side versus Miami side. Mike McDaniel's play calling continues to be questionable, with the amount of freaking bubble screens that this guy absolutely loves to call is just mind-boggling. And also, Darren Waller's absolutely cooking the Carolina Panthers in the first half, and then he didn't get a single freaking target after that. I just don't understand how you don't feed Darren Waller more after that. It's inexcusable. I just don't understand. It's one thing to say you're targeting him and he's not catching the ball, but you're not even looking his way. Listen, there's so many damn problems with this Miami Dolphins team. And to me, it's like, when is enough enough? When is Stephen Ross going to make this call and just fire some people already? This is absolutely inexcusable to put this amount of money into this freaking team and not make an example out of this, man. Like, I didn't think Tua played his best game. I think Tua got away with obviously a clean game from a turnover standpoint, but he could have turned the ball over a couple times. Thankfully, Jalen Waddle got his hands on one pass that was overthrown. Mike McDaniel, like, how much more do you need to see before you let go of him? Anthony Weaver, a guy who all of us were so high on. When are we going to hold him accountable? I mean, this defense is bad. It's bad. When you're giving up this amount of yardage to the Carolina freaking Panthers, that's bad. Jack Jones, a guy who you signed, you're trying to get the ball back to give yourself an opportunity late in the game on a third down. You're getting the ball back after you get the stop, and he commits a freaking penalty on that to give the ball to Carolina where they take a knee. That is inexcusable. And that's a guy right there who just plays undisciplined football. I don't understand. The Dolphins need to go ahead and waive him. If I'm running the team, I'm cutting him immediately after that game. I'm making an example because at this point it's bigger. It's bigger than what we have on hand. We're 1-4. Let's face it. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not. There's no chance. There's no freaking chance. And if we do sneak in by a freaking miracle, we're getting smacked in round 1. So I'm making a statement, and I'm waiving immediately. I'm cutting Jack Jones. I'm firing Mike McDaniel, because this has to just absolutely disgust you if you're Stephen Ross. I just don't understand. And by the time this video gets put out, Mike McDaniel is probably fired. I don't even know if he makes it to the podium, because it's absolutely inexcusable, man. It really freaking is. When is enough enough? Let's talk about the stats, though. Let's break it down. And just give you guys my overall thoughts as I continue. Also, Jalen Phillips finally got home with a sack today. I mean, goodness, how long has it been since we've seen the pass rush get something going? But then at the end of the day, you're giving up a ton of yards to the running back. So I can't even give you some good credit here. I really can't, because one thing looks good and the other one looks bad. Let's look at the team stats here. So the Dolphins on the left side, the Panthers on the right. When you look at the rushing standpoint, 239 yards for the Carolina Panthers versus 19 for the Miami Dolphins. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. The penalties, 9 penalties for 64 yards given up. undisciplined football. This Miami Dolphins team has been doing this all year long, and it continues to pile up. And that's on coaching. Like, I'm sorry, that's on coaching. You're letting Jack Jones get away with this stuff. You're still giving him opportunities to play. You're not cutting people when they need to be cut. You're still playing people over people. There's so many issues here that it's alarming. And at what point is enough? When is enough enough? That is my quote for the day. When is enough enough? How much more do you need to see before you cut ties with majority of these players, with majority of these coaches, and all of the above? It's inexcusable. Total yards, 418 for the Carolina Panthers versus 248 for the Miami Dolphins. Bro, we're talking about our team with explosive guys like Jalen Waddle, Tua, who you pay all this money to, Devon Achane, and you're versus a Carolina Panthers team who has Bryce Young, a rookie wide receiver, and Ted McMillan, who's a stud, by the way, but he's a rookie. And who else? Their second string running back who absolutely had like 200 yards rushing, looked like freaking Marshawn Lynch over there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Absolutely disgusting. Let's look at the box score. Tua was also sacked 3 times today, by the way. He finished with 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. But at the end of the day, like I said, he did get lucky. There was one pass that he overthrew Jalen Waddle that should have been an interception, but it wasn't. So Tua does prevail again, just sneaking his way to no turnovers. Devon Achane, like I mentioned, 10 carries for 16 yards, and it wasn't his fault. It's not that he couldn't really get open. There was absolutely no running lanes at all. Like, the offensive line was terrible, from the penalties, from the blocking, pass blocking, run block, everything was just bad. Jalen Waddle, I thought he had himself a good freaking game. 6 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. I thought he did everything he could. He was a guy that was stepping in as wide receiver 1 after the Tyreek Hill injury, so I really wanted to see how he was going to handle things, and I thought he was getting busy out there. Also, he could have had an extra touchdown if it wasn't for a bad freaking snap by our offensive line as well. So you look at that, and Jalen Waddle easily could have had a 150-yard game with 2 touchdowns. So to me, Jalen Waddle gets a pass here. Darren Waller, as I mentioned early on, just getting fed, man. 5 targets, 5 receptions, 78-yard and a touchdown. What a freaking awesome just comeback for Darren Waller to double up on his performance from last week into this week. What a freaking threat is it having a guy that can just run the way he runs and have such a height advantage and can catch the freaking ball. I just don't understand how we don't go to him more in this game, especially when he got like all of those in the first quarter. Mike McDaniel, that's what it is. Achane also 6 catches for 30. You saw Achane started to run a lot of routes. As you see, he got targeted 7 times. Mike McDaniel was you could tell there was a lot of things going on here. Being without Tyreek Hill, you saw a lot of targets to Julian Hill, a couple targets to Tanner Connor, Devon Achane lined up as a wide receiver. Darren Waller obviously get fed early. Malik Washington was catching the ball, also, running a lot of different trickery things, right? But it's just like all this cute stuff. Like, when are we just going to play simple freaking football, execute, and win a football game? Like, we're not a team that needs to be doing all of this fancy stuff, man. We're really not. It's just, it's frustrating, man. Let's look at the Panthers. Panthers finished Bryce Young, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. Obviously not that good of a game, but he made the plays when it mattered most late in the game. This guy was turning the ball, gifting you turnovers throughout the whole beginning of the game. The Dolphins just let a bad team hang around. And then what happens when you let a bad team hang around? They're eventually going to get you. And I'm pretty sure I speak for all Dolphin fans where we were just waiting for when the Dolphins were going to blow it and how they were going to blow this game. Look at this. Rico Dowdle, 206 freaking rushing yards and 28 receiving yards. The dude was Marshawn Lynch out there today. Ted McMillan, a rookie, 6 catches for 73. And then everybody else pretty much with a solid game. Jimmy Horn Jr., who's a rookie out of Colorado. This dude, you see the 2 catches for 21 yards, and he also rushed for 2 carries for 10 yards. Looks minimal, right? Doesn't look like a crazy game, but boy, he made some big time plays. All of his plays were big time plays. I thought they were momentum shifting plays. I thought they were big time critical freaking plays by Jimmy Horn Jr. And overall, we're on the same boat, man, where we're talking about this team in the Miami Dolphins as being an absolute embarrassment. Terrible coaching, terrible defense, undisciplined, offensive line still sucks. The question marks that have been question marks continue to do so. And now it's getting louder because to go 1-4 and lose to the Carolina Panthers, a bad team, when you compound that with being up 17-0 already, this is bad. This is absolutely bad. Fans, you could kiss playoffs goodbye. If you really think we had a chance, you can kiss that goodbye. At this point, it's like, how do you not want change? We want change. That's it. Yo, get rid of these clowns, man. Get rid of these clowns. Get rid of Mike. All right? Get rid Weaver. Like, I don't even know if I want you anymore, man. Like, yo, shake these things up. This is disgusting, man. It really is. And we're only 5 weeks into the season. Hey, yo, we got like 13 more weeks of this? Oh, God. Oh, God, this is frustrating. Guys, that's all I got for you. I just don't know what else to say. Question is, will this be it for Mike McDaniel? I'm ready. I'm ready for just a new chapter, man. I'm done. This core had their window. The window closed. We didn't take advantage. Like, listen, we got to shake this thing up, man. We have to. Got the Chargers next week. Keep it locked into my channel. We will have our preview video live stream on Wednesday. Hit the thumbs up button to support. Leave me a comment on how you feeling, Dolphin fans, because I need somebody to just calm me down, man. Calm me down. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.